Hello and welcome to Jazz Guitar Chord-melody Part 12. Hi, this is Mike Hayes, and before we get started, just a quick reminder that if this is the first video you've seen in the series, or if you'd like to do some catch-up work on some of the previous lessons, there's a link in the description below to all the previous Jazz Guitar Chord-melody lessons. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, so you'll be notified as soon as the next video in the series is available. In this session, we're going to take a look at a different way of thinking about diminished chords, minor sixth chords, and the blues. Do you remember how we said that if you lowered any note in a diminished chord by a semitone, we would get a dominant seventh chord? If you want to review that lesson, it's back in part 2 of this series. Let's go back to that diminished chord and see what else we can discover. For the purpose of this session, I'm going to call this diminished chord a C diminished. Now here's another fun fact about the diminished chord. If you raise any note of the diminished chord by a semitone, you'll get a minor sixth chord. So let's go through the process. I'm going to raise the F sharp on the first string. I'm going to raise that F sharp a semitone higher. And now the F sharp, of course, will become a G. Now if you check out the chord shape, you'll see that we have a C minor sixth chord. Next we're going to work on a 12-bar blues, and as we all know, you can never play these progressions too many times. However, in this session, we're going to move away from the traditional guitar thinking and chord shapes to produce some new flavours and colours. Now this next concept is a really important one. It might take some time to get your head around it, but I'll see if I can explain it as simply as possible for you. Okay, the concept is that you can play a minor sixth chord on the fifth of the dominant. Now what does that mean? It means that if you had, say for example, an F7th chord, the fifth of F7th is C, therefore you could play a C minor sixth chord while the bass player or the band played an F7th chord. This creates a lot of musical space between the instruments, and this one idea alone will go a long way to help you stylize your own jazz guitar chord melody arrangements. Before we get right into applying this concept, here's a quick rundown of how this works. If we take each note in the C minor 6 voicing, that's the voicing we have on the screen at the moment, and if we relate each note to its relationship with F7th. So the G on the first string would be the ninth of an F7th, the C would be the fifth, the A on the third string would be the third of F7th, and the E flat would be the flattened seventh. In short, when the C minor sixth is played over an F7th chord, the resultant sound that's produced is that of an F9th. Okay, time to have some fun. You'll see a 12-bar blues in F on your screen at the moment, and what we're going to do is play the C minor 6 voicing, that's the one we've just been working on. We're going to play the C minor 6 chord every time we see F7th in the blues. So that means bar 1, bar 3, bar 4, bar 7, and bar 11. So as the blues plays through, you'll hear a bass play all the chords for the progression, but we're only going to play that C minor 6th chord when the F7th occurs in the progression. So let's try that first. We'll be playing the blues through 4 times. Okay, I think you'll agree that when we play the C minor sixth over the F, there's a lot more air in our arrangement. And it's certainly a lot more fun for the soloist when the guitar player plays this style of arrangement. Okay, on to the next stage, which is going to be the same blues in F, played through 4 times again, only this time we're going to play the C minor sixth over the F7th, but now when the chord changes to B flat 7, we're going to play F minor sixth. I hope you're enjoying these new sounds. We're going to play the blues through another 4 times, and this time we're going to play C minor 6 over the F7, F minor 6 over the B flat 7, and when we get to C7, we're going to play G minor 6. And for the moment, we'll just be using the one chord shape. We'll be moving that -6 chord shape, that particular voicing, up and down the fingerboard, so you really get a chance to absorb the new sounds that you're making. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Apart from the chords in bar 8 and 9, we've now got a way of playing right through the 12-bar blues using minor 6th chords. We'll be looking at different ways to play over bars 8 and 9, as well as incorporating different voicings for the minor 6th chord, and really mixing them up to create a really interesting background. So that's it for this session today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, so that you'll be notified just as soon as our next video comes out. And as always, I look forward to catching up with you again next time. Bye for now.